Okay, in this example, we're given a quadratic y equals x squared plus 8. And we are asked to identify the domain and the range. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. So it's a parabola. Again, as you've seen in a previous example, domains of the parabola, it's going to spread out off to infinity to the left and off to the right to infinity. So negative infinity, positive infinity. Okay? So let's take a look here. Then the domain is going to go from negative infinity to positive infinity. The range is a little bit different. The range, you have to look at this bottoming out point in this case. Okay, so this minimum value is at y equals 8. So the range is going to go from 8 all the way to, you guessed it, positive infinity. So this is what it looks like. This is what the domain and range looks like for a quadratic. Now, if it was the other way around, well, the domain would still be the same. So if it was facing downward like this, you know, suppose I had something that's reflected like this, okay? In this example, just to give you another example, the domain stays the same, so negative infinity to positive infinity. The range, however, is different. So the range is different. So the range goes from negative infinity all the way up to 8. So the range would change for this particular example. Okay, so this is one view of domain and range for a quadratic. All right, now let's take a look at a linear equation. So we've got this right here, and the equation of this one is y equals 2x plus 11. Okay, so notice that as far as x is concerned, it goes from negative to positive infinity. So the domain for this guy is from negative infinity to positive infinity. The range also goes all the way up and it goes all the way down. So the range is also the same, from negative infinity to positive infinity. And typically for lines, the domain and range is the same, all right, provided that there's no constraints or restrictions on the domain and the range. This is typically domain and range for any line, okay? Again, provided that it's not like defined in pieces or piecewise defined. So pretty good setup, a good discussion of domain and range.